shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. Downtown town streets to the Carroll Creek view. There's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. City so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view. There's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown town streets to the Carroll Creek view. There's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. City so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view. There's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view. There's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively.
Oh, boy. Oh, hey, good morning, Frederick. Oh, yes. Today is Wednesday, December 31st, and I am your host, Dani Gurrie. I'm going to switch myself up there. There we go. Look at that. The live look at 4th and Market Street on New Year's Eve, the last day of 2025. And if you're like me, I say good riddance to 2025. I do this every year. So glad the year is over and always so excited for the year to come. Maybe until about May or June. No, I'm just kidding. Look, it's all what you make it, right? I'm Dani. If you're just joining the show and you've never seen Good Morning Frederick before, thank you so much. Hey, we are really going to push in 2026 to get 2,026 subscribers to our YouTube channel. It's been growing slowly but surely, but we would love to make that our focus for the new year. So you can help by going to YouTube. Just search Everything Frederick Live. That is the name of the channel we're on YouTube. And the important part about that is it's not just Good Morning Frederick. We have a lot of shows that are running now on the channel. We have The Last of the Good Old Boys, which actually streamed last night, but typically streams on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. That's hosted by Blaine Young, along with Billy Shreve. And next week's guest is Brad Young, County Council President. And if you have questions for him, we're going to post that on our Facebook. You can be sure to ask questions. And you also are able to dial in live by clicking a link, and you don't have to put your video on, but you can actually just call in live to the show. So we're going to be giving you more instructions on how to do that and interact and engage. We also have a show called The Healing Journey. That is with Shannon Storm, and she goes over a lot of holistic tips and tricks and help and things that you might not have thought of. We have The Heart of Downtown Frederick, which is hosted by Sarah Hurwitz Roby, and she interviews the movers and shakers in downtown Frederick. And finally, Manoj Cooks. We're going to be revamping that show later in January. He got a bunch of cooking jobs, which is his main form of income. So we're going to bring him back in January, but you can watch the show we did with him a couple weeks ago. That is also available. It lives forever on YouTube, which we love. Oh, Tommy, want to say Happy New Year to you, my friend. and sending our love and wrapping our arms around you with everything you've been dealing with lately. So we love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good morning to Gary Morton. Thank you so much. I hope you also have a wonderful day. And 2026 is here very shortly. All right, let's go ahead and not beat around the bush anymore. We're going to go ahead and get this show started. Your New Year's Eve day show.
Sponsored by Fusion Car Wash. Now with 2 locations in Frederick to serve you. One on Spectrum Drive near the FSK Mall, which is a full-service location. And TJ Drive with self-serve vacuums. Download the free Fusion Car Wash app and sign up for a monthly membership. And you can keep all your cars clean daily. FusionCarWash.com.
All right, let's find out what's coming up in this show. Of course, we're going to kick right into Randy and maybe Bob for our morning roundup, finding out what's going on in and around everywhere. While you slept, we'll get to that. We're going to go over what's happening in Frederick. I'm going to give you an update on all the New Year's Eve celebrations going on tonight. If you don't have plans and you want plans, maybe one of those will suit you. And then we have live in studio Daryl Campbell. And I just realized, doing my little research, that he is the Batman of Frederick. If you've been in downtown Frederick at all and seen a man dressed up as Batman, well, that would be Daryl Campbell. But he is also a local musician and has released a new song. And we will talk with him and find out all the stuff he's doing and why the Batman. We're going to find that out. Today is the last day to support the Frederick Children's Chorus, and I'll tell you this. If you're watching this show and you come in to the home of everything Frederick today from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., we're going to be open our full hours. And I will let you buy one and get one free of any T-shirt that I have. Any Good Morning Frederick t-shirt, any Just Frederick t-shirt. I have a $10 rack, which means you'll be able to get 2 t-shirts for $10. And anything t-shirt in the shop, either Good Morning Frederick, just the Frederick branded, or even off of our sales rack, right? So you can get a couple of things with not a lot of money and benefit the Frederick Children's Chorus. And to be honest, you can come in and buy a couple chapsticks, and that's $4. They're $2 each. I have pins for $2. So if you want to get a little and give a little, you can do that today, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the home of everything Frederick. Stop in. Say hi to us. We love to see you. Every time Tommy stops in, unfortunately, I'm always out, but he gets some love from Mama Cone, of course. Of course. All right, let's go ahead and find out what's going on in our morning roundup.
It's time for the Morning Roundup with Dani, Bob, and Randy. Here to get you caught up with everything you missed overnight on Good Morning Frederick.
Well, good morning.
Good morning, Dani.
Well, it is the last day of 2025. I can't actually believe it, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm just, I can't wait to usher 2025 out the door and never look back at it again.
Okay, I think you are coming through on the live look. Let me just mute that. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying I'm looking
I got
forward.
it. That was it.
Oh.
Fixed it.
Yeah, you should definitely mute that phone sometimes.
Yeah.
I was just saying that I can't wait to usher 2026 out and never speak of it again. Or 2025. Yeah.
We can't already usher 2026 out. We're not even in it yet.
I mean,
I know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get used to writing 2026. I was doing some planning and realized I wrote 2025 the whole time. And I thought, oh, crap, here we go. At least we're not writing checks anymore. Do you remember those days when you had to remember?
Apparently, you're not shopping at Food Line when I shop there, because the other day I was trying to get in and out as fast as possible, and somebody actually, I was like, here, why am I in the only checkout line where a lady is writing a check? The girl behind the counter was a millennial. She's like, what is this? Is this some sort of a government? I'm like, oh, boy, here. I mean, I just wanted to get in and out.
That's funny.
That
That's
summarizes
good.
my 2025. That is the summary of 2025 for me.
Yeah. I get it. I hear you. Our stepmom writes a lot of checks still.
Yeah. Yes, she does. So the first week of doing that, anything that you have to sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, speak of the devil, let's see. We got him here to finish up our 2025. There he is, Bob
Boy,
Miller.
I only had to text him 6 times. That's insane.
Hey, I'm sorry. I had to say goodbye to my buddy Tom Whalen.
Oh, yeah. Today
He
is
was
it.
saying goodbye to the airwaves, and I went over there because this was the only time I would have to go. And then, as a matter of fact, he started talking about the Blaine Young podcast, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go.
Nice to know that the Blaine Young podcast prompted you to remember what we were doing here.
The word podcast, and I hide my head in shame.
It's all good.
Hey, I look like a guy who robbed a store somewhere.
Very good. Very good. Well, yeah, it is a long career that Tom Whalen has had on WFRE, and of course he's going to be missed. And but we're looking forward to some new changes. And speaking of, with AJ to kick off things on the 12th of January, he'll be live from 3 to 7. So there you go.
AJ in the afternoon.
It won't sound
Love
exactly like that, Bob, but it'll be close, bro.
Yeah.
How y'all doing this, AJ? I'm playing me some. I would say Conway Twitty, but I don't think they play Conway Twitty except for Tom's rollback on Saturdays, the Country Rewind. So,
Yeah.
well, I'm happy for Tom and his retirement. I'm happy for AJ and his ability to procure yet his 52nd job in only 30 years. And so congratulations going out to him. And they have got themselves a wonderful talent, and can't wait to work with him, over there across the hallway.
Absolutely.
Although, Bob, once we become co-workers, like for real, if you don't invite me out to golf, it's going to be a big problem.
Yeah.
Hey, you won't be able to golf. I'll golf in the afternoon. I'm the morning guy. We get off in the afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
there
pal.
you go. All right.
Yeah.
So anybody out watching right now who likes to golf in the mornings, maybe we'll have to reach out, or weekends, obviously. Yeah. And in the summer, well, you might be able to scooch out and get some golf balls hit.
I mean,
maybe
if we
at
get out
X
at 10:15, 10:30, Bob, we can be done 18 holes by 2:30, easy.
Obviously, you have not played with yours truly. We take full advantage of as many shots as we can possibly make.
Oh,
Gotta get your money's worth.
Yes.
How many swings do we get?
Yeah. So
I love it.
we will go out and hit some golf balls.
yeah, that sounds.
That's
There
for
you
sure.
go. There you go.
So
You
what's
can give
going
each
on?
other pointers.
Yeah. Well,
New
there's a
Year's
lot to-
resolutions?
I I was talking to a friend of mine. I don't know that I've ever made a New Year's resolution and kept it. Has anybody done that ever? Like,
No, you can never go into this with did you raise your hand? You have done that?
I have done that. I 1 year, a couple years ago, it's been a while. I decided I was going to lose some weight. I was like 325 pounds, and I'm like, I got to lose some weight. And started going to the gym and, got down. I said I wanted to be my weight. My weight had to be my age, plus 200 pounds.
Okay.
I like that little asterisk.
Because I'm not going to be, a $183. Just never going to happen. So,
No.
Yeah.
You know.
And have you kept it off?
I have risen and fallen, But right now I'm at, I'm not ashamed to say it, I'm like 255 right now.
Yeah.
So
That's like
most
a
of
light
that is muscle.
defensive. That's a light defensive end. So, but my question is, did you kept your New Year's resolution for that year? But now that you've gone up and down, you didn't really keep it. So what is the score there?
Oh, well, thanks.
Well, I'm
appreciate
just saying,
that.
if you gained it back, you didn't really
That's
keep
why you cannot do a New Year's resolution. Actually, our good friend Shannon covered this in her last podcast, The Healing Journey. So you can watch that on the Everything Frederick Live channel on YouTube. But actually, just in the sphere of the months, the winter months are for kind of hibernation for everything, and it is the spring in which we should all decide our changes, and they should be lifestyle changes, obviously not resolutions. But it's like you start cleaning out your house, you clean out your garage. It is like this kind of getting rid of the deadness of winter. You can do that in the spring. So she says, actually, around spring, mid-March, is when you should make any decisions on what your year should bring.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah, I do too, because it makes perfect sense. Just really even, when you look at nature as a whole, and we are natural beings, that everything kind of shuts down in the wintertime and then waits till kind of spring to get moving. So that's going to be my excuse. That's what I'm going with. So I got until maybe March to decide, but I've already been doing some changing. Really, it's just all about kind of this mindset shift and your goals for the year, which I typically, work toward, and just staying focused. I got my brother a sign that said "Stay focused."
Yes.
I probably should give that to myself. Because, it's very easy to get distracted, especially, when you're operating things on your own and not working for huge companies where you have other people to rely on. So, yeah, that's I'm going to try to stay focused on my goals this year.
I like that.
Do you ever do a word of the year?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Rand?
Is there a word?
Yeah.
No, not really. I mean, I would like to see what the dictionaries come up with for the word of the year, and it's usually never the one I would come up with.
No, you pick one, though. So the way this works is you pick a word that kind of goes with what you want to achieve in the year coming. Like one year I used the word, what did I use? It was prosperity one year, which I might revisit. One was patience, having more patience. So it's just every day I would remind myself that, okay, I'm trying to be more patient, use more grace, I guess. So yeah, those are things that I've tried to implement. And if you do it for a while, then it just becomes normal, and you can let it go because you're still just practicing it. So
yeah. All right. I like all those.
Retirement.
Yeah.
But you would throw a wrench in all kinds of stuff over at the radio station if you pulled that off.
Yeah.
So I found something that we did today. I don't know. It was songs that turned 50.
Oh my gosh.
And it's like so the soundtrack of my life.
Oh my gosh. Isn't that nuts?
I'm like, okay, so I'll just read a couple off to you.
Yeah.
Carry On Wayward Son by Kansas.
Wow.
More Than a Feeling by Boston.
Oh, wow.
Go Your Own Way by Fleetwood Mac. Magic Man by Heart.
Nice.
Holy cow.
Hotel California. Don't Fear the Reaper. Blitzkrieg Bop.
Wait, what's that?
You'd have to. Let's go.
Oh, that's called Blitzkrieg
Yeah.
Bop. I don't think
Thank
I
you.
ever knew the name of that song.
Didn't you used to love Blue Oyster Cult, Fear the Reaper? Wasn't that like your little thing?
Well, that, and I'm a TNT, AC/DC guy, too.
Oh, yeah, dude. TNT.
And I'm an REO Speedwagon guy, but they're not 50.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, Walk This Way, More Than a Woman, Surrender, Just Boys Are Back in Town, just a few that are turning 50 next year.
That is literally, those were the songs that I literally cut my teeth to. And it's hard to believe 50 years ago.
50.
Because, I'm only 58. So I was rocking out because our dad loved every single one of those songs. And so he would crank those on Saturdays. That's what I grew up to. Yeah. It's hard to believe, too. I think when we went to Ferris Bueller's Day Off, that movie was what, 40 years or something?
Yeah.
Some of these movies that we are iconic for us are just, it's unreal to think about.
Yeah, you know what's funny is that there's a TikTok, but I've said this before I saw this TikTok, but and all of us sort of are in that. If you were around, basically kind of born in the 70s ish, you've just lived. And honestly, man, this sounds so crazy. I don't want to take up too much, but you've lived probably the entire. If you could pick a slice of the 2,000 years that we've been here on planet Earth, that from 70, 80, you're a teen in the 80s, basically, that music style, all the stuff, the hair, the malls, going outside, playing with your friends, no internet, no phones, and learning to do that. And then through the 90s, the grunge, and then the start of phones and some other technology, but still having the camaraderie of your friends and that whole group. And then through the 2000s, and now what a great slice of time that we are in. If you really sit back and look at it, we really hit the wave. It incredibly. I wouldn't pick any other time and hit the history of the United States or wherever. But
every period of time has its things, and we grew up in that. And you're right. I love those little things you see on TikTok and stuff, and said, hey. Welcome back to the, to the 70s. This is where we did this. We didn't have to worry about, coming home until dark. And, I was lucky enough to have a dirt bike when I was a kid, and I rode all over the back farms and with other friends. And, I mean, I don't know. Today, I just don't see that in kids. And maybe it is, but I mean, I don't see a whole lot of kids riding bikes anymore.
Yeah. Want to shout out Christy Wood is watching. Happy New Year to you and Lucy, my friend. And of course, our friend Chris Jackson, RC Aviation, says Pink Floyd till I die.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah. And Ella Gary, good morning, Action Jackson. Yeah. I like it. I like it so much.
Bob taught me the dark side of the moon to the Wizard of Oz. Remember that?
I remember all that. Yes. Yeah, that's great.
Oh, yeah. Pink Floyd, nothing like going to a Friday night dance in Woodsboro and not being able to get in, but you jump in the back of somebody's Pinto and listen to Animals by Pink Floyd, and you're taken away.
I love it. Well, it's funny again. Yeah. When you watch these things on TikTok where you realize, in the year 2000, most of what we're using today did not exist. Uber, Airbnb, Tesla, Facebook, and Facebook I think came out, but all these Uber Eats and all these huge companies. To me, what that says is opportunity, right? It means that in 25 years, we have literally shifted the economy of this country and beyond. Online opportunities abound. That I think that's going to be my word for 2026 is opportunity, because there are so many opportunities for everyday people to do extraordinary things. And this is kind of the basis for Good Morning Frederick, really. Mm-hmm. It's showing everyday people doing amazing stuff to make our community great. And, that is literally, what I feel called to do is to showcase those people. And so that's going to be my vision for 2026.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm changing my word to embezzlement.
I like that.
Are you moving to Minnesota?
Yes.
I don't even think you need to. I'm telling you this
story.
story.
A video where the guy came out from the daycare and said everything is not true, so everyone's fine.
Of course,
it's not true.
Yeah, that's all you need to know. Nothing to see here.
Right.
Nothing to see here.
Well, they had it. They did a story. It's like, you were here when we weren't open. We don't open till 2:00 until 10:00, and I'm like, who leaves their kids at the daycare at 10:00 at night? Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody does that.
Well, here's a little reminiscing. Gary says, I remember when Chris and I were deputies, I always knew when he was in the area because I heard Floyd from his cruiser.
Nice.
Wow. All right.
You're like my the endodontist, Dr. Brian D. Hall, who is the rock and roll endodontist, and he loves Rush. That's his flavor of choice. But
nothing wrong with them. Now, I do have to ask Gary, is that I remember that big, large drug bust they had, and the guy that they busted said, "Oh man, I had 2 pounds, not just 1 pound of dope. I had 2 pounds."
Where'd the other pound go?
I take that story from when I worked at a radio station in Westminster, and the officer busted somebody that robbed a liquor store, and he actually said that. He said, "I had more booze than that." The police officer was having a holiday party and took half of the booze.
Listen,
oh my God.
That came after his wife had a few too many and told us about it.
Oh boy. One for the crime, one for me. One for the crime.
Fringe benefits.
Yeah.
It's the
Gary says
benefits.
I've heard that many times in my day. Oh
Yeah.
goodness. Oh wow. Yeah. Well, look, it's it's really kind of you reminisce a little bit over what's occurred over the past year and look forward to new opportunities for 2026. And I know you guys at WFMD have put together, along with I think Fox, some really cool stuff over the next day or two. So what do you have running?
Well, we're going to have, a look back on the year, the best stories. Obviously, they're going to go through, who is not here any longer, and a year of Donald Trump on the world stage again. So we're going to play that. And then I think for Frank's show, we're going to do a little bit of that, and then we'll just kind of go back into some regular type programming that's satellite, maybe like Dave Ramsey or something like that. Because we all know people are just hanging out, enjoying their family, or they're hungover and they're just sleeping one off. So we'll see everybody on Monday. It's nice to have a couple of days off. Would be nice if we could spread these out over the year, but
would be really great.
Bob, what is your story of the year for Frederick?
For Frederick, I would have to say, unfortunately, right now it's data centers. That's kind of the big story. That or the struggles with Sheriff Jenkins, what he went through, but that's kind of more than just 1 year. But the fact that kind of came to an end, I think that's that's kind of the big story. And then nationally, you got to say Charlie Kirk. The most Googled search that's out there for the past year was Charlie Kirk. So good, bad, or indifferent of why people searched him. But I think that's the story of the year. Yeah. What about you guys?
Yeah, and I mean, I think we have to look at the school board here locally, what is happening with FCPS and, just our local government as a whole. Like, I really am so frustrated and disappointed, and it's a recurring story, which is why it doesn't seem that big of things going on, money wasted. Blaine talked with Jason Keckler last night on Last of the Good Old Boys. It's the first time I've actually met Jason, who's running for Senate in District 4, talking about the mayor spending $40,000 to do a national search for a police chief and this is not this point in time. This is actually previous. I think might have been after Chief Dine. I can't remember the chronology, but there were 4 police officers who had put their hat in the ring and they were never even interviewed. And the mayor decided he was going to spend that money. I think that is an atrocity for our tax-paying dollars, because I can understand you interview the candidates who are in-house, and then you decide, you know what, none of these people are going to meet our needs, whatever that is. But it's so frustrating. Like we talked about the data center money. Like, they are already spending those dollars, right? They are already spending those dollars, and that's scary. And Jason was saying, there are panelists on talk shows all over saying if you're a local municipality and you don't say yes to the data centers, it's the dumbest financial decision you'll ever make. And that's exactly these counties like us, cities, are looking at the cash cow. But my problem is they are already spending the money they will not save it for what is to come. They don't know how this is going to impact our electrical grid. They don't know how this is going to impact our water. They think they know, they theorize, but they're not going to save one dime of that. So when everything breaks loose, we are literally going to be coming to the taxpayers saying, well, now we need to fix this, and it's going to be up to you guys to do it. And it's really, really frustrating to me. Like I said, I have government fatigue from local to national, just kind of tired of the same old, same old.
Well, you know what? I'm thinking of an idea of good news stories.
Yes, we are going to do it.
Yes.
We are going to do it.
You're right. And then we talked today about Nancy Allen leaving the Board of Education and who Jessica County Executive Fitzwater picked in her place. A teacher from Montgomery County, and he could be the best person on the Board of Ed, but she took in no account to the people who elected Nancy Allen on the education and not indoctrination slate. And then somebody who I love said, well, she's the one who ran away. I'm like, she moved to Pennsylvania because of lower taxes, better living, and it's not running away. It was like they moved away and did what they thought was best for their family. So she had to give up her position. That's not running away, and that's not being a chicken.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it does, though. I do have to say, when you are in a position, we have very, very few positions in our government locally that are dissenting opinions. And I'm sorry, if it were me, I also understand I would love to move out of this area for lower taxes and things like that. But if I had that position, knowing everything I would have waited until my time was up. I really would have, because you have made a commitment to the people to do what you said you were going to do. And we all knew that what the outcome was. We all said that that's what was going to happen. So I'm, not a scintilla of surprised am I that was the pick. And I just, you feel let down. She should have just hung out for a little bit longer. I get it, but you stepped into that position. You made a commitment.
The position doesn't pay a ton of money.
I understand.
And I get being a servant. I understand that. Yeah. But if an opportunity for your forever home comes up and you miss it, it may not come around again. So, I mean, I don't blame her on that. I would have done
what everybody in D.C. does, and you have a home somewhere, and then you have an apartment here. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Not everybody can afford that.
I know, but I'm just saying, I think I get her. Look, no shade on her at all, personally. It's just we have so little kind of grip on this the system, and which is a travesty in itself. I just, again, and who wants to run? God bless people who step up, like Gary Morton and others who want to, and Jason Keckler and all of these people who try to, do just at least offer the other opinion, at least kind of give Frederick something to, because otherwise we're speeding down a path. There's no speed bumps. No one is even stopping it. It's like the state too. I mean, it's just really, really hard to live in a state like Maryland when you just want people to think common sense for 1 minute. I mean,
some of that unfortunately, people go, "Hey, Bob, you should run for office." Well, I can't run for office because every time I would say my name, then I would have to say everybody else who wants to run for the same office. The other thing is that we talk about the big issues, but how many times does a county council sit there and talk about sewer taps and sidewalks or whatever? And it's just, I'm like, I sat during a city meeting. I was running camera for Cable 10. That's how old I am. And they were doing the, oh gosh, I can't even think of the restaurant. It's Ruby Tuesdays on 40. They were talking about it being built. They spent 2.5 hours talking about the awnings on the outside. Well, what size are they going to be? How are they going to hang down? Are they going to be able to cover people walking out on the sidewalk? What colors are they going to be? And I'm just like in the background going, oh my God, shut up. It's awnings.
Who cares?
Nobody cares except for the people who have their little nitpicking power. And that's the problem. Nitpicking power.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right. And that, again, we get kind of back to every time a policy goes in place, it just never comes off. It's never repealed. And it just when people feel power, they do crazy things, i.e. Ilhan Omar in Minnesota. And the frustrating thing, watching all of these videos with verifiable proof that this is all 100% fraud, and you have to give Nick, what's his last, Shirley? Yeah, Nick. You have to give him credit. Today or yesterday, he showed up, and they have sweatshirts with the Leering Center logo on them, which cracked me up. I thought that was so funny, but blatant, and no one is going to pay. This is just, no one's going to pay. No one is going to pay. And when you look at all of our politicians in Washington who go from, Omar in particular started in Congress $63,000 in debt and is now net valued at $30 million.
Well, that's what
you
happens
don't
when
do that on a $174,000 salary.
That's what happens when you marry your brother. But here's some stuff that you don't even guys know. In Washington State, you think Minnesota's bad. This is about 2 weeks from coming to you guys because I'm on a bunch of different channels. There's over 554 of these Somalia, these daycares, and it's close to $1 billion because they each get about $1.5 million. And there's 554 in the state of Washington. So this is the next one so this is not a Minnesota thing. This is an abundance of government that can't control one iota of their money and by the way, it's not magic money. It's Bob's money. It's Danny's money. It's my money. If you have a job, it's your money that they're wasting. And that's why I can't stand it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it is literal. This is literal taxation without representation because no one in D.C. is really representing the people. They're representing their own pockets. And I don't know what needs to happen to reset this. I mean, in our 250th year of this country, maybe an entire reset is due because it's just gotten so far away from what our founders wanted for this country. They put in place certain things and we have blatantly stomped on them, ignored them, written them off, erased them. And I don't know. I tell you,
go back in history and you'll take a look that powerful and modern type civilizations last about 250 years.
Yeah.
And then, as you said, there's a huge reset. So, and then the new governor of Virginia, Baker, she just hired the lady who put all that stuff in place in Minnesota. So,
jeez.
I mean, when you look at the nepotism of our government and who is working for what company and who is married to whom and whose kids are it is the most disgusting tree you could ever see. And it just, I don't know. Yeah, I agree. I think we are there. And I just don't know what it'll take to get many Americans on board, but I'm telling you, something has got to give. We are there, And I don't know. I'm tired of working from January until June in the state of Maryland for my tax dollars.
Yep.
That's literally, we are all working for free for 6 months of our salary because we are overtaxed. And it's time to stop. I don't know. I don't know how or when, but yeah. Anyway, there we go.
Well, on a good note, Happy New Year.
Don't
drink too much.
Yeah.
Go call our friend with super tall guy. Oh, I forgot his name. I think you just interviewed him. Wayne Wilson.
Wayne.
Wayne.
SOS Safe Ride. Yes,
Yeah.
I will play his video at the end of the show. Because you can get a free ride home, not only for you, but for your vehicle. So there is no excuse to drive this evening at all. Even if you've just had one, one is one too many on the road. Yeah. Yeah, agree.
Well, I will see you guys in 2026.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
do it again, and maybe we'll keep the streak alive.
Keep the streak alive. That's how you do it, Bob. You can that could be your New Year's resolution.
No, well, maybe what we could ask for is somebody to streak past 401 North Market Street. That'd be hilarious.
That would be great. I encourage it. I'm kidding. That's against the law, but maybe a Speedo. Maybe a Speedo. Streak by in a Speedo.
Did you see, real quick, I forgot to tell you this.
Yeah.
That the British movie board reclassified West Side Story from 1961. They bumped it up because they said it was not acceptable for younger children because there are knife fights and there's disparaging words of people of other descents and people who and homosexuality because my sister wears a mustache, my brother wears a dress. Goodness gracious, that's why I'm such a mess. I guess that's just too much for the Brits.
Well, they have literal thought police in the UK. If we want to talk about problems around the world, it is not just here in the United States. That is for sure.
That is for sure.
All right, my friend. Happy New Year. Have a great evening. We'll be back with you next year. Enjoy your days off, and I will see you soon. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with Happening in Frederick, and then we've got our guest, Daryl Campbell.
Is actually here.
Okay, we can do him.
Yeah. You were asking what could we possibly do to get out of all this funk as a country. Maybe we need a superhero.
Yeah. Maybe we need a superhero. There we go. Yes, this is the time. I feel like we are in Gotham right now. So so we'll take a quick break and we'll come back with our guest, Daryl Campbell, in studio. See you on the other side.
See you, Bob.
This holiday, give a gift that tells your story forever. Because your story is our legacy. The Colonial Jewelers box. There's just more in it.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is powered by Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, Total Car Care. Need an oil change or brakes? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can take care of that. How about exhaust or engine work? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can do that too. No matter what you need for your car, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions is Total Car Care. Go to kenstrans.com to schedule an appointment today.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves. Double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shining finally beyond compare.
Oh, here we go. We're going to head down to Studio 401. We've got our guest, Daryl Campbell. How are you?
Good. I'm enjoying the boominess of these mics.
Okay, so thank you so much for joining us today on Good Morning Frederick. I had forgotten when you reached out to me how I was familiar with you. But first, let's talk about why you are here today. You have a record company and a song that's out. Is that right?
I do, yeah.
That's awesome. How long have you been playing music or making music, writing, and all of that?
Basically my whole life, but I've been doing this project for over 20 years, just a little over 20 years. And it was more like a hip hop thing, and now it's more like a funk rock kind of soul type thing.
That's awesome. And when you just, I'm going to put this up on screen so people can watch the video that you made. I'm going to see here if I can, we'll just show. I thought it was amazing. You did such a great job. Who actually shot the video for you?
This is all done on my phone.
I know. Don't you love that now? How it doesn't take a ton of technology, and our phones are as good as any cameras that are out there, really. All right, so I'm gonna play a little bit of the song. This is called "Ain't No Messing Around," right?
Yes. So now you have visual proof that it's me.
I do have visual proof.
I could be lip syncing. Well, I mean, technically I am lip syncing, but it's my voice that I'm lip syncing to. So I have a lot of witnesses.
I've been watching you for a long time. Ain't I couldn't help myself.
Love it.
Thank you.
So you called this a relationship drama song. Tell me a little bit about writing this song and what it means to you.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that. So at the time, it was sort of just just a subject matter that I thought, is very relatable, and then ended up becoming very prophetic in a way because it's something that actually ended up happening more or less to me later on.
Oh no.
So it's funny. That's not the first time it's happened.
You kind of what do you say when you kind of put it out in the universe? Unfortunately, it becomes true.
People are going to start having me wanting to write songs about them winning like $1 million.
Millionaires. Yeah,
that's right.
That's what I would like. That's the song I would like, please.
That's what's next.
Yeah, and so this really reminds me of a sound kind of, maybe from the 80s or 90s a little bit. Is that the kind of vibe that you like to put out there?
Yes, absolutely. So my dad's a record collector, and I was like, whoa, these trucks sound really crazy over the microphone.
Yeah. You're sitting right on Market Street. You're picking up everything.
This is very Frederick. This is very authentic. I like this.
Yeah.
So I grew up around a lot of things, retro music, stuff like that, old school stuff, and that definitely is there.
Yeah.
Definitely is there.
I love that you use some obviously local places in your video, and so you just you have a YouTube channel. This is where obviously I found the video that you have and your song, and you put it out. So how are you distributing the music right now?
Right now, primarily just through. So I just go through Apple Music, iTunes, stuff like that.
Right.
I use a distributor called TuneCore. I was using DistroKid, but I had some issues with them. Not to give them a bad plug, just it was just more like a financial thing. My bank wouldn't take them, so I had to switch over to TuneCore. But anyways.
Yeah. So how many songs are on the album?
15.
Whoa.
That's including an instrumental, like a little interlude.
Yeah. That's pretty good. And how long did it take you to put together?
Altogether, really about 5 years, because for different reasons, but there was breaks in between. But I also was revamping my sound, and prior to that, I kind of just would slap things down in the studio and just call it a day. This time, I really took my time with learning about EQing and mastering and stuff like that. And it's always this way, I think, with creatives. You go back, and as soon as you're done with it, you're like, oh, I know what I would have done with it differently. But part of the reason why it's called Record Street, it has a couple of reasons. There's an actual Record Street, also record like vinyl, and record because it's a record of where I was at. And every album's like that to an extent, to where, it's it's a snapshot of where you're at in life.
Yeah.
So it is the way it is. I'm like, okay, it's done. I'm just gonna say it's done, because I don't want to have the gamers will know this term, the Duke Nukem syndrome, where you keep going back and wanting to change it and change it and change it.
Right.
I was like, all right, I just need to put it out. And
What diner is that?
That's Mountain View Diner.
Oh, I don't think I've ever noticed that painting on the wall when I've been there. That's
That
cool.
was
That's a cool shot.
Yeah, that was serendipitous. I looked at it and I realized, wait, this is very relevant. It's got the couple on the side and it's got the very nostalgic look. I was originally going to use Burger King on 40 because it has that sort of like 50s diner look.
Yeah, the little frozen in time. Oh, that's in the little the solarium or whatever, right? Section. I forgot about that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we went in there and we're like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
It has that,
hopefully
that 50s
you got a free
kind of
slice
vibe.
of pie while you did that.
What's that?
I said, I hope you got a free slice of pie at least shooting there.
We didn't go that far, but she got a free cup of coffee.
There you go.
So we weren't going to complain.
That's awesome. Well, I can't continue too much longer without kind of telling everyone that they have probably seen you in and around Frederick before, but may not have realized it. Sure. Let's talk about the Batman of Frederick. How did that come about for you?
So I had seen him around before. And in like 2008, we started hanging out because we had mutual friends. And he was kind of like, oh, you know this guy, I know that guy. And we used to have parties every day on like where I lived on Market Street years ago. So it was like 2008. And he just, like Batman, he's very mysterious because he's the Batman of Frederick. He's kind of like his own thing. But he's like, I said, how did it all start? And he's like, I just like dressing up as Batman.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love it. All right.
He might be the superhero we need that you guys were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I never heard that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. So let me ask you, are you playing locally anywhere with your music right now?
I have a show tonight right down the street.
Oh, very cool. Where are you going to be?
Yes. Here's my chance to do the plug here.
Yeah. This is your plug time. There you go.
This is the plug time. So I'm going to be myself, a band called Zirkle, which is sort of like the in-house band. They're all artists here at the Blue Elephant, which is where the show is, and also Tobin James. And we're going to be starting at 9 p.m. at the Blue Elephant, and it's a free one. It's a free show, and that's at 4 West 5th Street, Frederick, Maryland, 21701.
Yeah, so just around the corner from the studio where you're sitting right now.
Right down the street.
The Blue Elephant, you're now, I think, the second or third person. I never even knew the Blue Elephant existed until recently. We started having some of the artists stop in and say hey to us. Tell me about, how long have you been in that space? Are you actually there? You're just playing there?
Yeah, I'm just playing there.
Gotcha.
It'd be great to have a space there, but I've been going there off and on since about 2004, maybe a little earlier.
Oh, wow.
Maybe 2002, somewhere in there. And
shoot,
then
it's been around that long?
Yeah, it's been around. I think it was even there in the 90s, at least.
What?
But it's just kind of like a best kept secret.
It is.
And now I'm doing my part to change that. So here I am on this podcast and
I love
talking about it.
I love it. Oh, that's phenomenal. All right, Daryl. So you're playing tonight, the Blue Elephant. It is free to get in. It is at 9 p.m. What can they expect to hear when they stop by?
So Zirkle, they're all artists from there. They're experimental, as artists can be. I'm experimental in my own way. I got the Batman of Frederick dancing around. We're doing the funk and soul thing. Tobin James, he does like a real spicy kind of funk thing. Almost some of it has kind of like a Prince vibe, but he's really his own thing. I really don't want to like do him a disservice as far as like saying he's like just like any of us are like copies of anyone.
Sure.
We all have like elements of things, but I'm just trying to find a way to sort of like give people an idea about, what they're walking into. And we're all like funky in our own way. And we're local original artists. We do our own music. They're awesome. These other guys are awesome. And they didn't pay me to say that. So, I mean, I'm being genuine.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, it is phenomenal. Keep us posted about any other dates that you have. What a way to ring in the new year. You can listen to Daryl and other live music tonight at the Blue Elephant at 9 p.m. We thank you so much for coming in today and sharing with us your craft. And we appreciate that you are from Frederick and supporting this community. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I got to do this real quick. And you're listening to Studio 401. The sound of Frederick. I had to do that. The microphone, it's on the mic. It sounds so radio-y.
That's my brother for you. There you go. That's right.
That.
I know. It sounds pretty good in the headphones, doesn't it?
It does.
All right. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back with what's happening. And Frederick will give you the New Year's rundown, plus others coming up here soon. Thanks again, Daryl. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Okay, have a good one. Happy New Year's.
You too.
Awesome.
Sponsored by A&S Construction is a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business located right here in Frederick, servicing Frederick County and surrounding areas. A&S Construction specialize in roofing and siding, windows and gutters, and they can even build you a new patio or deck. Call 301-703-2157 or email info@ansconstruction.net. You can get $750 off any roof or siding replacement or $50 off any roof repairs. Just tell Sandra that Dani sent you.
All right, we're heading outside so Daryl can put his signature on our window of fame. It is getting quite full, and it's so colorful. If you've not stopped by to see it yet, we got to move that trash can. But we encourage you to do so because so many great names are on our window of fame. And there he goes, down in the bottom corner to put his mark on Market Street. And we love that. It is really cool. There you go. He's there. All right, we're going to hop back out to our sponsors, and then we're going to get to what's happening in Frederick just after this.
At Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic, we understand how pain can hold you back. We're here to understand what you're going through. For a limited time, you can schedule your first visit for just $50. Give us a call and mention Good Morning Frederick, and let's get you feeling better.
All right, let's find out what is happening in Frederick. Let me get our next people up. Here we go.
Sponsored by Intense Barbecue. Family-owned barbecue food truck and catering company cooking in small batches to ensure that the food is the freshest it can be. Intense Barbecue can cater your events, and they do any kind of food. It doesn't have to be barbecue. Find them at sebbq.com and satisfy your meat tooth.
All right, we got just a couple minutes to go over what is happening. Want to mark your calendar for February 4th, the African Americans of Excellence Awards Program and the kickoff to the auction. February 4th, 6 to 8 p.m. Grab your tickets at weinbergcenter.org. Oh, I forgot to take off yesterday. So we're going to scooch right by that. Screenshot this. Here's your New Year's rundown for today. Starting at 2, you got some fun family stuff going on at the Sieber Arts Library. You got the New Year's Eve party at Skate Frederick from 2 to 4. Lots of stuff starting at 5. The Crumpy's Donut Drop in Hagerstown. The New Year's Eve bingo in Thurmont. You got Soul Yoga having a New Year's Eve Clear Path celebration. 6, we got Guys in Thin Ties at Vanish in Leesburg. 7, you can do New Year's Eve with Charlie Green at Amvet's Post 2. 8 o'clock, Frederick Social's New Year's Eve party, live music and specials, and you must be 21 and up after 8. 8 to 11, Candlelights on the Creek. 8 to 1, you got Orioles Nest with DJ Joe, which is $5 for non-members. You got the 14th annual New Year's Eve party at Dutch's. Tickets may still be available for that. It benefits local animal shelters. That's at 8. You're going to have to grab your tickets at dutchesdaughter.com. 8:30, you got New Year's Eve with Stick Time at Old Town Tavern. 9 o'clock, New Year's Eve at Idiom. No cover. There's a DJ there. Crash the Limos at Steinhardt at 9 with their masquerade party. You need to get your tickets on Eventbrite. 9 o'clock, Shuckin' New Year's Eve. There are tickets for the open bar and hors d'oeuvres. Also, I got the V at JoJo's twice. That's because they are twice as nice. I don't know if there is a cover to get in there or not. Stringtown Band is live at the Urbana Lodge. 9:30, the party at Benstown kicks off with the J.J. Billings Band. 10 o'clock, you can actually drop your candles into the Carroll Creek. So you want to get there a little bit early, grab your candle, and at 10, they drop the candles in. At 11, the Civitan New Year's Eve key drop kicks off with a countdown to 2026 and a lighted metal key dropping on the pedestrian bridge right near the library. So tons of ways to ring in the new year. I hope you have an amazing one. Oh, let's just see. What is this? New military, veteran, and first responder focused Resume 101 classes at the VSC. Classes facilitated by seasoned strategic resume writers and former TAP counselors. I'm not sure when that is, but we will look at it and make sure we include it on our calendar. Of course, we have our Everything Frederick live calendar to keep you updated about all the events that I cover. They are all on this calendar, bit.ly/uppercase E and F, and then calendar. It's case sensitive. So type it exactly like that. Put it into your browser. It's going to say, make sure you want to go to that destination, but you'll see it's just a Google Calendar that we put together and update daily. So would love for you to check that out. That way you actually know what is going on all the time. All right. Wishing you guys a very, very happy new year. I hope 2026 brings you everything you want. And we look forward to continuing in 2026. We actually are live on Friday. So if you're off, join us. We will see you then. And hey, don't forget, let's go out there and let's be great friends.
Sponsored by Fusion Car Wash. Now with 2 locations in Frederick to serve you. One on Spectrum Drive near the FSK Mall, which is a full-service location. And TJ Drive with self-serve vacuums. Download the free Fusion Car Wash app and sign up for a monthly membership. And you can keep all your cars clean daily. FusionCarWash.com.